Hello NCU students, welcome to week 2. Hoping and praying this week goes well for you. This week we have a number of learning objectives that we're working on. First, we're going to explore the idea of product or sales forecasting and its connection to supply chain management. Next, we're going to understand the basic components of demand that are driving the forecasting. And third, we're going to look at a few forecasting techniques that you might find helpful in your daily work. Next, we're going to look at some items from Chapter 4. The first 3 were from Chapter 3. From Chapter 4, we're going to learn about the concept of capacity and how important it is to manage capacity. We're going to look at decision trees to help figure out the best options regarding expanding capacity. And then finally, we're going to look at capacity between manufacturing and service organizations because there is a difference. I've also put some extra items to look at in the Attend tab. Now be sure to check those out. Often the items in the Attend tab are fresh topics from around the world that overlap with our subject matter. They're not graded, but they're there for you to help deepen your understanding of the topic that we're studying. And just a few thoughts about forecasting and capacity. You know, if you've ever worked in any sort of an operational capacity, the idea of forecasting and capacity, it's not new to you. Okay, maybe you've never had to forecast revenue or worry about plant capacity or forecast volume and that sort of thing, but you've been around it enough. Think about some scenarios where you work. Have you ever run out of office supplies? Chances are the forecasted need was incorrect. If you've ever worked in manufacturing or service and you've run out of goods, you've run into forecasting problems. Personal story on this is it's a small thing, but a few weeks ago I went to McDonald's and I ordered a large coffee. Now they couldn't sell me the large coffee, it turns out, because they ran out of large cups. So it happens sometimes. And in Michigan, where I live, if there's a major winter storm approaching, food items fly off the shelves at the local grocery stores. Interestingly enough, though, most of the major and important items, like Pop-Tarts, are in great supply. And that's because in the wintertime, the grocers, they forecast that there will be a major storm at times and they build up inventory and they get ready for that. What about capacity problems? I'm sure you've experienced this as well. If you work in retail or any sort of service organization, you've felt capacity problems before. When a line of people waiting to talk to you, either through face-to-face talking to you or through email communicating with you or your phone messages, whenever that queue is really long, you are experiencing capacity problems. I would also say if there's no one ever in front of you, there's no one you ever have to talk to, then you also have a capacity problem. You're probably over capacity. If you have to wait more than a few minutes to get your food in a restaurant or just to order, you're experiencing capacity problems. If you're trying to buy a home in your city and you can't find one, you're experiencing a capacity problem. There's not enough inventory, for example, to meet the demand because capacity of available homes is limited by some other factor. Okay, all of those experiences around forecasting capacity are just examples of our problems that would be solved by operations manager in any kind of a business. So, in these next 2 chapters over this week, you're being introduced to some basic techniques to solve some very real operational problems. Now, hopefully you'll learn some tools that you can apply to your current workspace. All right, that's it for now. Please be sure to watch this week's devotional. I hope you find it helpful in your life. I'm praying for you this week as we move forward. Contact me with questions, and remember, I have virtual office hours on Tuesday evenings from 7 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. And don't forget, God is on his throne. He's always been there, and he's always going to be.